know that there are 2 toxins that you are probably unintentionally ingesting that have a great effect on your metabolism and your overall health. As a dietitian and a functional medicine practitioner, I see these 2 toxins showing up all the time in my clients' urine and blood samples. So what are these 2 culprits? They're glyphosate and BPA. Today, I'm sharing everything you need to know about these 2 toxins, plus you want to stay till the end because I'm going to talk about a specific supplement that helps you detox these 2 toxins, plus a whole lot more. My name is May Tom. I'm a registered dietitian and a functional medicine practitioner. I love helping women over 40 optimize their metabolism, hormones, and health span so they can look and feel their very best. Definitely download my free guide called Toxin-Free Living, Transformative Strategies to Elevate Your Metabolism and to Safeguard Your Loved Ones. So number 1, what is glyphosate? It's also known as Roundup. Maybe you've heard of Monsanto and GMO seeds. They're all connected. Now, glyphosate is the most common herbicide used in the world. So since the 1970s, the use of glyphosate has increased 200%. Now, the World Health Organization in 2015 identified glyphosate as possibly carcinogenic. In 2017, the California Office of Environmental Health Assessment labeled glyphosate a known carcinogen, and surprisingly, it's still up for debate. So there are several countries in Europe and Asia who have banned glyphosate use, but in America, it's still our favorite, most popular herbicide. Go figure. There have been over 10,000 plus lawsuits against Bayer, who now bought out Monsanto, for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cases that are linked to glyphosate, and Bayer has not claimed any kind of responsibility, but they have paid out over $10 million for these lawsuits to be settled. Interesting, right? We know that for sure glyphosate is not good for the environment. It's contributing to the increase in pesticide-tolerant weeds, plus probably contributing to the dying off of all of our bee friends, also known as colony collapse. But what does glyphosate do to humans? There have been scientific articles linking glyphosate to obesity, diabetes, autoimmune conditions, cancer, fatty liver disease, infertility, and neurological diseases. But we don't have proof yet. With all this being said, glyphosate also probably is negatively impacting our gut microbiome and making us more susceptible to leaky gut. A lot of people are polarized on this topic, but for now, I would say because it's so common and we're seeing some possibility of the linkage between our health, the health of our environment, the health of bees, to the use of glyphosate, I would say let's stay away from glyphosate until the jury is finalized. How do you do that? Number 1, glyphosate is sprayed on GMO crops. What are the most common GMO crops in the US? Corn, soy, wheat, and also beet sugar. Glyphosate is sprayed as a desiccant on chickpeas and oats because it helps dry out the crops right before harvesting, giving a higher yield. So how do you avoid glyphosate? You want to eat certified organic for at least all of those main crops I just mentioned. But beyond that, just know, even if you have an organic farm, you may have these, winds that blow glyphosate onto your field, even though you're organic, right? So now there's a even higher certification, or I would say an even more specific certification called glyphosate residue free or glyphosate free. And this helps to certify above and beyond just organic that there is no residue of glyphosate on food that you are ingesting. To find out more information about this glyphosate free label, I've linked additional resources below. EPA actually did a study on kids' foods that had the highest levels of glyphosate, and unfortunately what came up, and this was a little while ago, so maybe it's changed, but back in 2015, like things like goldfish and Cheerios, which how many of our kids are eating those like daily, if not weekly, right? So definitely going certified organic in the home benefits everyone, not just you, but also your loved ones. The next toxin I want to talk about that you're probably unknowingly ingesting is BPA, also known as bisphenol A. Now, BPA is definitely an endocrine disrupting chemical, also known as EDC, which means it's messing with your hormones. It's acting like a hormone even though it's not. So it's messing with your thyroid hormones, it's messing with your estrogen. On top of that, BPA has been linked to adipogenesis, which is the genesis of new fat cells. That's not cool from a metabolism standpoint, right? So you could be working out really hard, eating super clean, but this BPA infiltrating your system is working against you. So the NHANES data from 2013 2015 showed that out of 2,300 Americans who were sampled, 96% of them had BPA in their urine. So are you one of the 96%? Possibly, yes. BPA has been linked to PCOS and insulin resistance. So how do you get BPA out of your life? Number one, BPA is found in plastics. Now I know there's a lot of plastics now that are BPA free, and these BPA analogs, BPS, BPB, we don't know if they're any safer. So I would just say in general, avoid plastics, especially the really soft kind. Now, BPA is also found on the lining of cans, the lining of food wrappings. Also think of like microwavable popcorn, kind of that waxy on the inside. BPA can also be found on things like receipt paper, anything that you can scratch, like a receipt paper that you can scratch and mark with your finger, like thermal paper, definitely has BPA. Also, if you travel a lot, BPA can be found on luggage tags. And contact with BPA through skin can also get inside of you. So number one, if you're touching receipts and luggage tags, you definitely don't want to eat something right afterwards. Number two, you want to wash your hands. Sanitizer is not going to get BPA off of your hands. Even better, just don't touch receipts and luggage tags until you're ready to wash your hands, right? So like touch them and then go wash your hands right afterwards. That's the best idea. You can even be as vigilant as wearing gloves when handling receipt paper and luggage tags, or even just not taking the receipt at all, take a picture of it and ask the cashier to throw it away. There's a lot of strategies without being a weirdo. Now, if you're interested in getting your urine tested for BPA, DM me on Instagram. That is definitely something we do for our clients, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you about that further. So we know that limiting exposure to both glyphosate and BPA is definitely within our wheelhouse, and most of us probably are exposed to these chemicals, so limiting exposure is probably something that's good for all of us. Now, on top of that, there is a specific supplement that has been shown to bind and help us excrete both BPA and glyphosate, and this supplement is from humic substances. What are humic substances? They are found in the decaying plant matter at the bottom of forests, and we're able now to extract this. You know, farmers use this to also protect their plants, but we can use this to detox toxins for ourselves. Humic substances include fulvic acid and humic acid, and so you'll find various supplements carrying both of these. Now, not all supplements are created equal, and so I want to introduce you to two brands that I know for sure are high quality. The number one I wanted to introduce you to is Ion, Intelligence of Nature. They have a gut support, they have a skin spray, they have all kinds of things, but they have done actually research on their product to show that it does help glyphosate be excreted faster than if you were just taking a placebo. Also, they have shown that their gut support product can help heal the tight junctions of the gut, actually make the gut better. So definitely something I like to just squirt in my mouth. I leave it on my vanity, and they even have a travel size bottle as well. The second brand that I'd like to introduce you to is Beam Minerals. I love this company because they actually use both humic and fulvic acid as a kind of dynamic duo. So there's a micro boost and an electrolyze, and this not only helps you detox both glyphosate, BPA, and also some other things, probably heavy metals as well, but it also helps to remineralize at a cellular level a lot of the trace minerals that we're not getting from our diet. It doesn't taste like anything, it tastes like water. I love giving this to my kids and myself in the morning. We pour them into glass cups, and it looks like red wine, and we give ourselves each a toast, like a gratitude toast in the morning, and down it that way. If you want to give that extra boost of detoxing to your body this year, I would definitely try to incorporate humic substances into your supplement regimen on top of limiting exposure. Again, if you're interested in these supplements, I have links below for you to get easy access. And if you really like this video, definitely subscribe and look out for ones to come.